Have you ever wondered why money alone never guarantees love, loyalty, or even admiration from women? Why is it that a man can shower a woman with gifts, luxury, and riches, and yet deep down she might still feel empty, unfulfilled, and disconnected from him? Here's the truth most men don't realize. Women, whether they say it openly or not, value certain qualities far more than wealth, and these qualities are timeless. They mattered in the days of the Roman Empire, and they matter just as much today. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, once wrote, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." He was not only talking about personal happiness, but also hinting at what truly impresses others. What captivates people, especially women, are not gold coins or possessions, but the invisible virtues of character, strength, and wisdom. Before I reveal these 6 powerful things that women secretly love more than money, I want you to do one thing. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and most importantly, stay with me until the very end. Because what I'm about to share could change the way you view relationships, attraction, and love itself. It could be the missing piece you've been searching for in your love life. Now let's set the stage with a story. Imagine Rome 2,000 years ago. The marketplace is alive with merchants shouting, coins clinking, and carriages moving through the streets. A wealthy Roman senator dressed in purple robes walks proudly with his gold jewelry on display. People admire his wealth, but when he speaks to women, they listen with polite smiles, not passion. His money can buy attention, but it cannot buy respect. Now contrast him with Marcus Aurelius himself. Though an emperor, he dressed simply, spoke humbly, and lived with discipline. Women in his court admired not just his power, but the calm, strength in his character, the way he carried himself, and the wisdom in his words. This difference is as true today as it was then. Money can open doors, but it cannot keep hearts open. To truly win respect, loyalty, and even love, you must embody qualities that no currency can buy. In this video, we'll explore 6 of them. 6 things women secretly love more than money. And each of them is rooted in Stoic philosophy, tested by time and confirmed by psychology. By the end of this guide, you'll not only understand what they are, but also how to embody them in your own life. So let's begin with the first. Point 1, the power of inner strength. So let's start with the first thing women secretly love more than money, are in inner strength. Now pause for a second and think about your own love life. Do you remember the first time you felt deeply connected to someone? Not because of what you had in your pocket, but because of who you were in that moment. Maybe it was the way you listened to her when she was upset, or how you stayed calm when life threw both of you into chaos. That feeling, that silent but unshakable presence, is inner strength. And trust me, women notice it instantly. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." What he meant is simple. Life is chaos. Money comes and goes, circumstances shift. But the man who can remain calm, centered, and unbroken in the storm, he is the one who becomes unforgettable. Picture this. A man loses money, his business struggles, yet he doesn't collapse. He looks his partner in the eyes and says, "We'll get through this. Nothing can break me." At that moment, she feels something money could never buy. Safety, trust, admiration. And here's where you come in. Think about your own story. Has there been a moment when you stayed strong, even while everything else was falling apart? Did someone look at you differently because of that strength? Women don't secretly crave endless wealth. They crave the man who can face life with courage, because in her heart, she knows a man who can conquer himself can conquer the world. Point 2, the power of emotional presence. The second thing women secretly love more than money is emotional presence. Now let me ask you this. Have you ever been with someone physically, but felt like they weren't really there with you? Maybe their eyes kept checking the phone, or their mind was wandering somewhere else. How did that feel? Empty, right? Money can buy dinners, vacations, or fancy jewelry, but none of it compares to a man who is truly present. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Do everything as if it were the last thing you were doing in your life." Imagine applying that to love. Imagine listening to her not just with your ears, but with your whole soul, as if nothing else in the world mattered in that moment. That's the kind of presence that makes a woman feel deeply seen. Think about your own love story. Was there a time when you held someone's hand, and for a moment the world disappeared? The noise, the stress, the worries, all gone, and it was just the two of you? That memory didn't cost a single coin, but it felt priceless, didn't it? This is what women crave more than money. The man who makes them feel like time stops when he's around. She doesn't care about the price tag of the evening if she feels ignored, but she'll remember forever the night you looked into her eyes and made her feel like the most important person in the universe. So let me ask you, are you truly present in your love, or are you just around? Because presence is the rarest currency in today's world, and women value it more than gold. Point 3, respect and emotional security. The third thing women secretly love more than money is on respect and emotional security. Now let me ask you, think back to the last time you were truly in love. Do you remember that feeling when your partner trusted you? When she looked at you with eyes that said, "I feel safe with you"? That moment wasn't about the clothes you wore, the car you drove, or the money in your wallet. It was about how she felt when she was around you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." And part of being a good man, especially in love, is to treat a woman not as a possession, not as a prize, but as a human being deserving of respect. Imagine this: two men walk into her life. One is wealthy but dismissive. He belittles her ideas, makes jokes at her expense, and treats her as replaceable. The other man might not have riches, but when she speaks, he listens. He values her thoughts, her dreams, her emotions. Guess who she secretly treasures more? Women crave emotional security more than luxury. They want to know, will this man stand beside me when I'm vulnerable? Will he protect my dignity, not just my body? Will he respect me when no one else is watching? Think of your own love story. Have you ever noticed how deeply connected you felt when respect was mutual? That bond is far stronger than money because respect builds trust, and trust builds love. So ask yourself, are you giving the kind of respect that makes a woman feel safe, valued, and cherished? Because that, my friend, is worth more than any fortune. Point 4, consistency and reliability. The fourth thing women secretly love more than money is consistency and reliability. Now, let me ask you, what's better? A man who dazzles her once with a grand gesture, or a man who shows up every single day, no matter how small the effort? Think about your own love story. Do you remember how safe and cared for she felt? Not because of expensive gifts, but because you texted back when she needed you, because you kept your word, because you didn't disappear when things got hard. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." That's reliability in its purest form. It's about being the kind of man whose actions and words align, day after day, year after year. Picture this. One man buys her roses once, posts pictures to impress the world, and then forgets her birthday the next year. Another man doesn't have much money for roses, but he remembers how she likes her tea. He remembers to call when he says he will, and he's steady as a rock when life shakes her. Which one do you think she secretly values more? Women don't fall in love with promises, they fall in love with patterns. They crave the man who makes them feel, I can count on him. He won't vanish. He won't break when life gets heavy. So ask yourself in your love story, are you the storm that comes and goes, or the steady flame that always burns? Because reliability builds trust, and trust, my friend, is worth more than any stack of gold coins. Point 5, ambition and purpose. The fifth thing women secretly love more than money is ambition and purpose. Now, think about this carefully. Have you ever loved someone not just for who they were, but for who they were becoming? For the fire in their eyes, the dream they carried, the way they woke up each day with a mission? That's what purpose feels like. And that's what women crave far more than material wealth. Marcus Aurelius once reminded himself, "A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions." Stoicism teaches us that life isn't about chasing luxuries. It's about pursuing meaning. And a man with purpose radiates an energy that no amount of money can match. Imagine this: one man has riches, but he drifts through life aimlessly with no vision. Another man may not yet be wealthy, but he wakes up each day with direction, determination, and the courage to chase a goal bigger than himself. To a woman, that second man is magnetic. Why? Because she sees a future in him. She sees movement, growth, possibility. Now think about your own love story. Was there a time when you spoke passionately about your dreams, maybe building something, maybe becoming something greater, and you noticed how her eyes lit up? That wasn't about the money you had then. It was about the fire she saw in you. Women secretly love ambition because it tells them, this man isn't standing still. He is going somewhere and I want to walk that path with him. So let me ask you, are you living with purpose or just passing time? Because purpose is the one currency that never loses value, and it speaks louder to her heart than any fortune ever count. Point 6. Kindness and compassion. The sixth thing women secretly love more than money is kindness and compassion. Now pause for a moment and think, what's the memory in your love life that warms your heart the most? Was it an expensive gift? Or was it that small, tender moment when you wiped away her tears, when you stood by her side quietly, when you showed her that her pain was your pain too? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The fruit of this life is good character and acts for the common good." Even as an emperor with power and wealth, he understood that greatness is not measured by riches but by kindness. And in love, nothing leaves a deeper mark on a woman's heart than a man who is gentle in her fragile moments. Picture this. One man buys her a diamond necklace but mocks her when she feels insecure. Another man may have no jewels to offer, but when she breaks down, he holds her hand, listens, and makes her feel understood. Who do you think she will secretly cherish more? Think back to your own love story. Do you remember how powerful it felt when she smiled because of your simple kindness? Maybe it was bringing her favorite snack when she least expected it. Maybe it was a soft word during her hardest night. That didn't cost money, it cost heart. Women crave compassion because it tells them, this man doesn't just see me, he feels me. And that is something no fortune can ever replace. So ask yourself, are you building wealth or are you building warmth? Because when the money fades, it's compassion that stays etched in her memory forever. Conclusion. So let's bring everything together. We began this journey with a simple truth. Money may impress for a moment, but it cannot sustain love. What women secretly love more than wealth are qualities that define the man you truly are. Inner strength, emotional presence, respect, reliability, ambition, and kindness. These are not just romantic traits. They are Stoic virtues, the very foundations of a meaningful life. Marcus Aurelius, who ruled one of the greatest empires, understood this better than anyone. Despite his power and riches, he knew the greatest wealth was found within character, discipline, and compassion. And just like in ancient Rome, women today are not drawn to the coins in your hand, but to the strength in your heart. Think about your own love story. The memories that matter most are never about luxury. They're about connection. The quiet nights, the laughter, the trust, the safety, the shared dreams. That is what lasts. That is what she cherishes. So remember, money fades, but virtue remains. And the man who embodies these 6 timeless truths is the man who wins a woman's heart forever. Now, before you click away, I want you to pause and reflect. Which of these 6 truths speaks most to you right now? Is it inner strength, presence, respect, reliability, purpose, or compassion? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear your love story, your memories, your lessons. And if this video resonated with you, don't just let it end here. Subscribe to the channel, because together we're building a space where ancient, Stoic wisdom meets modern love and life. Hit that like button. It helps spread this message to others who might need it today. And share this video with a friend who's searching for answers in their relationships. Most importantly, don't just watch love these truths. Practice them in your daily life, in your love, in your friendships. Every small step towards virtue makes you not only more attractive, but also more fulfilled as a human being. Because at the end of the day, it's not wealth that defines you. It's the way you love, the way you live, and the way you grow. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.